Hey everybody, how you doing? Keith from Crypto Coin Mindset. Happy Friday. How was your week? My week was long, and I am about to enjoy a well-deserved beverage. Cheers. Perfect. Perfect. How's everybody doing? Definitely a long week for me this week, I got to tell you. So, I'm glad you could join me tonight. I would really love it if you would join me live. I'm going to put the link to do so in the chat. Hey, there he is. Crypto Jar. What's going on, brother? Glad to see you could make it at least in the chat. And matter of fact, feel free, come join me online, brother. I could use the support tonight. But cheers. Got myself a little Jack and Coke to start out the night tonight. But for everybody who's watching in the whatever platform you're watching on, you can obviously jump into the live chat, except on Twitter. Twitter, you can only watch. You can't jump in the live chat. But if you're on Facebook or YouTube, jump on into the live chat. I put the link in there so you can join me. Click that link, set up your back end, and bam, I will see you pop in here, and we will get you live with me to talk about crypto. All right, why not? All right, trying to get all my little back end stuff set up here. So, and as always, if you're new, appreciate having you. Make sure you like, you subscribe. I really, I'm trying to build the channel up to over 1,000. It will help me to do that. But we're going to take a look at the markets here in a minute. Just need another drink. It's been, I don't know. The week itself has been long, but like today, I honestly, I appreciate being able to do this. I really do like having this casual conversation, which is why I'm again, come on in, everybody who wants to come in. Hopefully we can have our buddy Jimmy back from England, across the pond. Maybe he'll join us back this week. And yeah, I appreciate that because I like being able to just relax, kind of unwind, to bring in the weekend, have a drink, a laugh, and talk crypto, man. Just talk crypto. I could literally just babble on about crypto forever. Now, it would obviously be a lot better if you were helping me babble on about crypto. So come on, click that link and join me. If you're if you're not in the live chat, it's also in the description of the live stream, the link to do that. All right, so come on and join me. If you can't find a link, let me know. I'll figure a way to get it out there. All right. So let's take a look at the markets. Let's see what the weekend is bringing in here. Take a jump over to CoinGecko. Let's refresh this a little bit. Oh, of course. You know, yes, I'm hacking you, CoinGecko. All right. 26,883 on Bitcoin, and that's a bit of a move up. You want the truth? It's been pretty good on either side of 26K. I mean, the last, I don't know, what, 3 weeks, give or take, when we've done crypto on the rocks, it's been pretty much either side of 26K. So personally, here's my wait. Let me pop it up here. This is not financial advice, not a financial advisor, some old guy sitting here having a drink, talking to you on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, depending on where you are. But basically, I think that we are going to have a bit more volatility in Bitcoin as far as like price dropping a little bit, not for long. I believe that by this time next month, so around Halloween-ish, I think we are going to see our move up. I think we're going to start to see the slow and steady climb in the price of Bitcoin. My opinion, again, not financial advice, but I really do think that's what's coming. I see there's a bunch of you out there. Come on. Link in the live chat. Click that. Come chat. We'll talk whatever. You can decide what we're talking about that's crypto related. All right. So let's take a scroll down here. Ethereum, again, still easily in that $1,600 range. Again, I think last week it was down in the just under 16. But either side, much like Bitcoin on either side of 26K, Ethereum on either side of 1,600. We got BNB pretty much holding steady in there in that $215 range. Beautiful. Can't ask for much more than that. 215, well, 214.95. So $215 for BNB. And again, I don't know. I don't see BNB Binance coin being the I don't know, falling apart like a lot of people are claiming. Personally, I think that's just a lot of FUD that's being put out into the space with regard to Binance. That's just trying to drive it down. XRP holding good and at 52 cents. Pretty sure it was around that 50-cent mark when we were here last Friday night. So 52 cents again, either side of 50 cents. The market has been really, really stable, which is why I think we're going to get that initial, hit and plunge down. But I think that's going to be bought up. I think there are people sitting in there with buy orders waiting so they can ladder in all of their as a matter of fact, you know what? Let's chat about that for a second. So hold on a second. Hey, there we are. Oh man. Hey, cheers. You know what I got? This is Jack and Coke. Again, generally speaking, not a Jack fan, but I happened to be, when I was deciding what I was going to get for today for Crypto on the Rocks, I found this. Oh, can you see that can? It's I'm trying to make sure the light doesn't reflect off of it there. Basically, it's Jack Daniels and Coke already preset. Now, I did do the Coke Zero because I actually like the Coke Zero. I don't know about you. I like that stuff. And great for my personal conditions, etc. But anyway, mixed in, already set, Jack and Coke. And I'll tell you, perfect mixture, delicious. And I'll top off my glass right now. What's left in here? Awesome. Da-da-da. But I don't know if that's something you've had before. If it is, let me know. Tell me how you liked it. But I saw that when I was out deciding what I was going to get. I actually got some beer too. If I break it out, we'll see. I'll show you that. But right now we're going to do the Jack and Coke. So come on, join me. Anyway, what I was going to say was with regard to the markets, I'm thinking maybe starting next week. So we'll be the first Crypto on the Rocks of October. So we'll start the top of the month. I'm thinking what I might do is put out some polls. Either, I haven't decided where I'm going to put it yet. I'll obviously put it in the comments when we are on the live stream, and I will probably put it in the Telegram channel. Matter of fact, link to our Telegram channel, all of our official social media in the description of this live stream below. Matter of fact, I'm going to put it right up here. If you go to Cointree, cointr.ee/CCM for Crypto Coin Mindset, you will find all of our official social media channels. And one of them is Telegram. I might put it on there to build that up a little bit, and maybe Twitter. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't quite worked out all the details yet, but my thought process is that I'll put some kind of a poll, maybe list a consistent listing of maybe 5 or 6 coins something other than the exact beginner portfolio list. And if you don't know what I'm talking about with regard to that, head on over to my website, cryptocoinmindset.com. And up on the top bar, you'll see a link that says initial crypto portfolio. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me try and bring that up for you. I got time, right? But it's going to be something other than this. And let me bring that up. Crypto coin mindset. Perfect. Share that. And if you look right here, it says portfolios and then initial crypto portfolio. And if you click that, this is the initial crypto portfolio. And I talk about that in a blog post about the best portfolio for beginners. And this, in my opinion, as of this time, again, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, old guy who's just been around the block a time or three. And this is my opinion for the initial crypto portfolio. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, and in the article, I give the percentages of holding it. Bitcoin, I say in the initial portfolio, it's a good idea to hold that at around 50% of your portfolio. I have Ethereum and Cardano, I believe at 15% each, and then Avalanche and Chainlink. So go check out that article. Links in the description below. Actually, it's not. Head on over to Crypto Coin Mindset and just search up right here, beginner crypto portfolio. You know what? Let's do it right now. Beginner. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Cheers. Crypto is considered to be a best investment for beginners. Right here. And I actually did a video on that. You'll find that on this YouTube channel. So go ahead and search that out. And I break it all down, not the financial advisor guy, blah, blah. But here's that portfolio right here. And as you go down, I explain why each one is listed in the portfolio. And as you go here, I tell you what I consider to be how much you should hold with regard to that right here. So BTC makes up approximately 50% of my initial portfolio. And then if you go down right here, ETH makes up approximately 15%. And again, these vary as I just keep adding to the bags. So, be aware of that. And you can find that again on my blog. But let's sit back here and head over to the portfolio itself. Here we go. And those are the ones in the initial portfolio. But for what I'm talking about right now, I'm thinking maybe starting next Friday, like I said, for Crypto on the Rocks, that'll be like the Friday night thing. Maybe we'll put in a list of 5 or 6, like I said, cryptos that will dollar cost average into over time. I'll let you pick which one we dollar cost average into and purchase on any given week. So in other words, maybe I'll list, I will likely list Bitcoin because having Bitcoin in any portfolio is a good idea. And maybe I'll put Cardano because honestly, definitely 1,000% pro Cardano here. But as we go through, matter of fact, let's get back over to CoinGecko. And as we're scrolling through here a little bit, maybe we'll pick a couple of these, see what's what with regard to that. Matter of fact, if you see one you'd like to have on this list, because again, I think it's going to be a consistent list, let me know and I'll add that in to the list. So we left off with XRP here. Let me just make that full screen so it's a little bit easier for you to see. And again, XRP, I got no issue with XRP. As a whole, beyond, I don't know. I'm not as bullish on XRP as I am on Cardano, for example. However, maybe we'll see. Cheers. Like I said, I'll probably include Cardano because, again, Cardano, look at this. Not even 25 cents. Come on. Talk about buying opportunity. Just like Jesus. And then my thought process too, just so everybody's aware, with regard to doing this, if we do this, is to have you pick whatever one we are going to invest into on any given week. Hey, it's Philip. Hey, buddy, you gonna come join me? Links in the live chat here, and you should have it in your email. I'll be looking for you in the back side here. So come on in. But anyway, what I'll obviously create a spreadsheet. We'll track it as we make the investments. And I'm thinking about doing, I'm thinking about doing it like most people would probably have the opportunity to invest. I'm just answering Philip here. Whoops. On in. All right, let me let me send that invite link. I'm going to put that invite link back in the live chat. So anybody that's looking to kind of join in, here it is. Shooting that back out right there. All right. Anyway, I'm thinking we'll do it as most people would do it. Probably we'll set an amount. I'm thinking maybe even something stupid simple like $10 a week. And that will be our investment. So to show you that it is possible to make gains even with that small amount of money as you DCA, as you dollar cost average into crypto. And again, what crypto, we'll jump in and we'll see. Let's make this full screen again here. And yeah, so Cardano will probably definitely be on there. And if we do Cardano or any of these others that we can end up doing a passive income with, I'll make a separate wallet for it in my Daedalus node, and we'll do that for Cardano, for example, and let it earn, right? Why not? That's the idea here. I'll tell you right now, Solana, I am definitely not a Solana fan. Saying it out loud, not a Solana fan. There's been too much, just too much crap. And now, don't get me wrong, I know we've had a lot of good Solana news over the past few weeks. I even did, excuse me, I even did a live stream about it like 2 weeks ago. So I'm not completely anti-Solana, but I'm let's put it this way. It's probably not going to be on my list of cryptos that we're going to invest in. Hey, brother, you there? I see you. Where are you? Oh, I see the hand. How you doing?
Good.
Hang on. Let me do this so it'll make it a little bit easier for now. Here we go. Are you at the camp?
No, I'm outside on Jackie's porch.
Oh, well, she's got a nice porch. That's a quite restful area, not for nothing.
But you can't see me.
Yes, that's okay. I get the passing hand there.
How's this?
I can see the hand, and you got something in it. What are you drinking tonight?
I'm always drinking my Tennessee honey.
Oh, you know what? Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Nice. I don't know if you caught it when I did it. I saw this when I was out looking for Jack and Coke. It's all mixed together. I got the zero sugar one, obviously. But it's delicious. It's like the perfect mix of Jack and Coke. So I figured I would give it a shot. Yeah.
Look, perfect I look mix. Like a ghost. Woo!
That's okay. You're allowed. Are you out there by yourself tonight?
No.
Well,
no, Wendy.
You got me.
Wendy's here with me. She came out with snacks.
Oh, excellent. Hi, Wendy. How you doing? Hopefully they're good snacks. Did I lose you? Uh-oh. Oh, no, I can hear a crunch. I didn't lose you.
No, I'm still here.
Okay. So how's the family? How are the kids?
Yeah, Jackie's birthday party.
Tonight?
Jackie's birthday. Yeah. Well, it was her birthday on Wednesday. Tonight's her party.
Gotcha. Happy belated birthday.
We're the oldest ones here, so we're by ourselves.
I understand. Yeah. Well, you're not by yourself. You're with me, and I appreciate the company.
Right. And you can't see me very well, so eventually I'm going to end up in my kitchen upstairs.
Yeah, we're heading up soon.
So we can see each other better.
It's all right. I'm happy to have you here. You could just be chatting in. So I don't know how much of what I was just saying you caught, but maybe you can tell me what you think. So I'm thinking as part of Crypto on the Rocks, maybe starting next week, because it's the beginning of October, we'll start the top of the month kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to put out, I don't know, a poll some way or another. I haven't figured out all the details yet. Basically list 5 or 6 cryptocurrencies, and I'm going to let the people on this live stream pick what cryptocurrency that we invest in. And we'll do, like I said, most people, they don't have a lot of money to be putting in, and you should be DCAing in whatever whatever amount you can. So I was thinking somewhere between 10 and maybe $20 every week. I would let the people here on the live stream pick. So you're a pretty regular here, Philip. So you might be getting like the bam to give me, tell me what I'm going to be buying, and then slowly just put that aside, and we'll track it and see how the portfolio fares over time. What do you think?
That's a great idea.
Right.
I mean, I haven't been able to join you this week, but I have been. I see the stuff you're talking about, and
it's just some Crypto on the Rocks he's talking about.
I know, but this week's been a busy week. It has been an interesting week.
Yep.
Very interesting week, actually. But yeah, quant. When I first started doing quant, it was when I first started investing in quant, it was $140.
Yeah, I hear you, brother.
So I did spend a little money, not a ton, but some money on buying into quant when it dropped to like 138 or something like that. Of course, recently this week it was down. This week, or what's today, Friday? So yeah, last weekend going into this week, it was like $88.
Yeah, $85 it got down to. I was like, oh my God. I actually brought it up on a live stream. I'm like, obviously I need to DCA into quant. You know what? Maybe quant will be one of those ones I add on here because, well, here's the thing. I was thinking about doing like a generic portfolio, like I said, half a dozen or so. And then I was thinking after we did that for a little while, then maybe we'd go into like these ISO coins, which is what quant is. And as you can see, I brought it up on the screen here. Quant's at like $90 right now.
Right.
I mean, how can you beat that? And I mean, oh my goodness. And then I was thinking maybe a final one would be something to do with like Web3 and the metaverse. I don't know if you caught the premiere I did on Thursday, the video I did on Thursday, but I did like a 45-minute interview with this guy who is a P2E, a play to earn gamer. And he was talking about that coming into the crypto space. And there's a lot of building going on with that, Philip. I mean, I know you and I may have touched on it at one point, but I mean, I don't know. What do you think? But you're right about quant, brother. Look at it. I like I said, I got it right up here on the screen. It's like great buy if you ask me.
I mean, if it goes up to 140 again, that'll be great. Well, I'm not buying anything with the idea that I'm cashing out anytime soon. I'm buying for the long term, like 20 years, like, well,
I get you. That's the smart way to do it, brother. That's the smart way to do it.
Yeah.
It really is. Well, I'm glad to hear you're still doing your DCA. So you know what, matter of fact, just on a side note, maybe when I've got to help my son out with some stuff on Tuesday, but later on Tuesday afternoon, you want me to try messaging you and see if we can't get together and do some of that stuff. You got
Yeah.
time on Tuesday, you think?
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay,
Tuesday
I will do
afternoon
that.
would be good.
I will
Yeah.
do that, and we'll help you out. We'll help you out. But yeah, quant 90. Believe me, it's I don't know. We'll see. You know what? Let me start making notes here, so later on I don't have to sit here and wonder what the heck I said. So yeah, you know, I'm getting old. The brain ain't what it used to be here. All right, so we're talking BTC for sure. That needs to be on there regardless. Quant QNT. All right. Well, you know what, Philip? Help me pick them out. What else you looking at, brother? What other cryptos are you looking at?
Well, you mentioned Cardano. I mean, it's at 25, right?
Yeah, not even. Yes.
And so, I mean, when you think about it, if you look at the long term, like I look at 2030, like you
Yep.
know, a lot of times I'll Google like, where will this be in 2030?
Yep.
You know, what will, you know, blah, blah, blah. And so when you think about 2030, which is what, 7 years from now, they're saying that quant, well, not quant so much, but ADA, which is Cardano,
Yep.
could possibly be at $20.
Yes.
And so if you think about it, $20, if you know, you really build up. My goal is to get, I mean, you know, I'm just throwing this out at you.
Go
Is
ahead. That's what this is all about, brother.
I'm trying to do like get up to 5,000 of the ones that I do have, like XLM, Quant, not so much Quant, because that's a lot. I mean, you'd be spending big bucks to get to 5,000,
Yep.
but XLM, obviously H bar. My one that I'm betting on is LCX, which is that one from Liechtenstein. I really like them.
Yeah. You know what? Hold on. Let's look that one up.
Yeah, I mean
Let's
it's
pop
like
that up.
3 cents right now. I think 3 or 4 cents, if that.
I
But
don't.
but it's saying that in 2030 it could be at $20.
Here we go. Right here. Yep. Just under 4 cents.
Yeah.
Just under
So
four
I
cents.
mean, H bar isn't much over 4 cents. H
Yeah,
bar is
no,
a
H
little over
bar
4
and not for nothing. H bar is one I'm gonna definitely I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna put on here because H bar also and that's the other thing, Philip. I don't know how much of it you heard me saying earlier, but like H bar, Cardano, etc. These are all stakeable coins where this portfolio that we're putting together in theory we could go ahead and see how much it can earn in that amount of time. So it will give everyone who has even the most minimum amount of money to put into cryptocurrency an idea of what to expect,
Right.
not only in like asset appreciation. So when the price goes up, but in earning for like Cardano, putting it into into the dataless wallet and having it stake. And H bar again, I got a video coming out on that pretty soon. So
Right.
all right, keep shooting, brother. We'll look them up. LCX, you know what? Maybe we'll make LCX wasn't that the one we needed a special wallet for? I'm not an LCX. I'm not 100% about LCX. I don't remember.
It could be. I forgot whether
Well,
it
oh,
was.
LCX is on. Yeah. Because LCX was on Coinbase. That's right. I'm looking here. It's on Coinbase, Kraken.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, Philip? We'll add your LCX in here because. So we're gonna definitely do BTC. We'll do LCX. So we'll put that on the list. All right. What other ones? We'll look up here, brother. What else? What else you got?
Well, let's see. What else do I got?
And for everybody who's following, I got Tiny Crypto Blog in the live chat right now. He was, I thought he was going to join us last week, but it looks like he's here this week. So I just resent him the link so he can join us. So hopefully he'll be joining us live here with Philip. So just keep that in the back. Sorry, Philip, go ahead.
No, I mean, sometimes the question is how often. I hear this. How often do you check your, how often do you check your crypto? Well, I usually check at least once or twice a week, but I'm also when everything's going up, I've been doing it enough to know that when everything is like, and I won't say skyrocketing because it doesn't really ever do that, but as it goes up, I always wait for it to come back down before I buy.
Sure.
And it
That makes
always
sense.
seems to come back down. But I have certain goals. Like I have 6 or 7 that I focus in on. And those 6 or 7, obviously Bitcoin's one of them, but Bitcoin, you could spend $100 and get very little, or you could spend $100 on LCX and get a ton. But I don't really look at it like that. I look at it like, where will I be in 2030? And so
Exactly.
if you look at LCX or H bar or XLM, and there's a couple of other ones. I don't know. They're all there, but I'm having a brain fart anyway.
That's okay.
If I want to build my like even Cardano. I mean, I need to get the Cardano to you, so instead of getting 2%, I can get 5%. So that's one thing maybe we can do on Tuesday when we get together that afternoon, is to shift that over to you. But still, even Cardano, they say Cardano, XLM, LCX, in 2030, all of them will be they should be at $20 or more. Well, you do the math, $20 or more. If I'm at 5,000 with each of those,
Yep.
that's a good chunk of change.
Yes, indeed.
And that would be nice. I could help my kids pay off their college. I could, it just gives you that, you gives you that feeling like if as the world crumbles, at least you have the ability to, I don't know, pay your bills for next month kind of thing,
Yep.
But
No, I get it, Philip. Just so you know, we Tiny Crypto Blog. Are you in there? Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay,
Welcome.
good. Because I've got earbuds in for the microphone. I still have to do a makeshift setup.
Yep.
I got you on regular speaker, so it's like between the two, I think we're good.
All right, excellent. Well, welcome. You're on obviously with myself and my very, very good friend, my brother, truly, Philip from.
I'm outside in the dark and inside of a gazebo tent. So sorry.
Is that how much you have? How people see you? It's like he's the crypto guy.
He's the crypto guy. Yeah.
Got to hide away.
No, I've had too much of the Tennessee honey, so I have to figure out.
That's what this is all about.
Yeah,
Have a drink.
I have to figure out how to get to the kitchen without being a nuisance to everybody. So
see what Philip informed us of before you arrived here. I'm trying to change the configuration here, so don't mind us, everybody, while we're flipping pictures around here. So bear with me. But Philip was telling us it was his oldest daughter's. Oh, there we go. That's better. Oldest daughter's birthday on Wednesday, and they're having the party. And I know you can't see Philip or his wife, who is actually in there too. But they're the oldest ones, so they decided they were going to come out and join us instead of being in the party.
Yeah. I'm the ghost right here. See? Woo!
Yeah, we see you, brother. We see you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you got to join us. I really am. We missed you last week, so I'm glad you were able to join us tonight. There, Tiny Crypto Blog. Tell everybody who you are and give at least the 411 so they know about you, how to find you, that kind of thing. While you're here.
I'm Brian. I've been in the space. Well, I followed Bitcoin since its early days, but really got into the weeds in 2017. And that's when I also fell down the rabbit hole and really it clicked. And I got it where all these applications, blockchain applications, decentralized applications, have a place in human society and how everything and how we interact with each other. And that led me to create the blog, which spilled over into, I like making videos, so there's also videos. And I mainly do a lot of posts and reposts and things that I find to be useful to kind of understand big picture stuff.
Sure.
And I do it on tinycryptoblog.com. Same name across Twitter, on YouTube, BitChute, Odyssey / library.
Yep.
And also, there's one. It's one of the small ones. Can't remember the name, but it's on there. If you go to, it'll be listed on the main page, tinycryptoblog.com.
And for those who haven't, and I'll apologize now, I don't have all of TCB's information in the description yet, so I will put that in. Matter of fact, feel free. I think you should be able to jump into the comments, put all your info in there so people can find you. Do it.
Sure. Thank you.
And then after this live stream, I'll make sure that all of that information is also in the description. So if anybody's watching this after the fact, they can find you. But if you haven't gone and listened to his podcasts and so on, you really should. He like I told him, because obviously he and I chatted before we were able to reel him in and get him on Crypto on the Rocks here. But like sometimes it's that little insight, that certain way of looking at things that will spawn what you need to move forward with regard to crypto or whatever for that matter. But here we're talking primarily crypto. And that happened when I was listening to a couple of his blog podcasts. And it was like, I knew that, but I really didn't look at it that way. That makes so much sense. So much sense. And not for nothing. That's why I love having Philip on here, because Philip is like, I help Philip a lot, just to give you a little bit of background there, Brian, with his crypto, helping him to learn how to do his DCA and all that kind of stuff. And he looks at it like from, what's the phrase I want? Like the complete newbie's perspective, like I pretend I know nothing because I know nothing, and bam, and so I love to listen to him, which is why I was just asking him about different projects and so on, where I'm thinking we'll start doing some DCAing over time here, and because again, he looks at it from that unique perspective. So
okay.
Just again, more background thing than anything else. But again, for those of you who haven't seen Tiny Crypto Blog's information, I think perspective, you go Crypto Jar. I love this guy. I wish you were on here, brother. It would be great to have you on here. Perspective changes everything. He's 1,000% right. 1,000%, man. Right? I mean, guys, feel free, jump in here. It's not just me chatting. Philip, did we lose you? Oh, we might have lost him. Are you there? Oh, no. I see some movement. There we go. The ghost is still there.
I was going to ask, I heard you talking a little bit about some different tokens with DCA. Do either of you do DCA with something outside of Bitcoin?
Are you talking outside of crypto or outside?
No, so right now there's a few apps or services that I can use, like the Strike app or Swan Bitcoin for specifically, or even the Fold app / card for doing DCA for Bitcoin. I'm just curious, outside of an exchange like say like Kraken or Coinbase.
Okay, so you're asking, do we DCA outside of an exchange?
Yeah, for like Ethereum or some other token.
I don't. All of the DCAs that I do, and I know Philip I'm answering for Philip here too, because I know what he's doing, is all done on an exchange. Honestly, right now, most of it is centralized exchanges, and the reason, not so much that I'm pro centralized exchange, but the reasoning behind that is, for the people who are the newbie, what's their first avenue most likely?
Coinbase.
Yeah, Coinbase, Gemini, Kraken, maybe Binance US on the outside. So for that reason, that's where I've been focusing. And honestly, with the DCA, because I don't know if you caught it when Philip and I started talking about it, but what I'm looking to do is put together maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 cryptos, and let whoever shows up here on Crypto on the Rocks every Friday decide what we'll invest in. And I details out. However, I figure once we have 5 or 6 of them, those will be the ones. And then I figure we'll DCA either $10 or $20 a week. We'll put it in a spreadsheet. I'll make sure it's all self-custodied. And if it's something like, for example, I'm definitely going to put like Cardano on the list, and possibly H-bar. I'm still debating H-bar. But if those, for example, are stakeable coins, we're going to actually stake them, and then we'll see what. So again, so it's for the average person. If they were doing $10 a week into whatever, they can only afford $10 a week. What realistically would it look like for them long term? Not just the appreciation when the bull market hits, but potentially staking rewards.
That's a good idea.
You think so?
I think it definitely helped people as far as like, if there's someone out, like someone's shoulder, they can kind of look over and see, okay, how do they do this? Like, how do you stake a coin? What's the process? And kind of almost like getting the experience of, what it's like to being able to get a commitment to do something like that without actually having to commit to doing that.
Exactly. You're exactly verbalizing what I was thinking up here. So thank you. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah. So I'm glad to hear you think that's a good idea. Obviously, Philip thinks it's a good idea. And you came in the middle of, oh, wait, here we go. Wait, Crypto Jar's chiming in. I DCA with ETH. Hey, man, nothing wrong with ETH. I showed everybody back when we started out this stream. ETH is one of the ones that I think is like, if in the initial crypto portfolio, for the average person who's done no crypto, maybe these are the ones you should focus on. Matter of fact, I'm going to bring that screen back up, seeing Crypto Jar brought that up. Feel free, guys, just jump on in here. Philip, don't be shy, because I know you're not shy. And jump on in here, guys, and chime in whenever you want while I bring that up. Give me 1 second here. Where is it? Oh, here it is. A little slow. There we go. So this connects, Brian, just so you know, this connects to an article I did, basically giving a suggestion for the best initial crypto portfolio, like 2023, looking at it from 2023 for somebody who's new. And this is the portfolio in its entirety. But if you actually go to the article, it explains like the percentages. So for example, like Bitcoin, let me see if I can zip over there. It's like at 50% of the portfolio. Hang on. Here we go. Sorry. I also did a video on this, FYI, just so you know. But okay, so like BTC, I explained a little bit of why I chose it, etc. And then like right here, BTC is 50% of this portfolio. And then ETH, why, what it is, and then that one's 15%. And so on. But those are the ones, let me just scroll back up to it right there. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Avalanche, and Chainlink. What do you think about those?
I think it's a good lineup.
I agree. Whoa, we got. Jar, you're all over it, man. You're going quicker than I am here, brother. Crypto Jar via an exchange.
It's GCA of ETH.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah.
No, sorry. I thought that was Crypto Jar. Sorry, I looked real quick. I saw Crypto Jar. And I haven't even really had a lot to drink yet. I'm just saying. But he did reply to you right here. That's using right. Nadex in Canada.
He's up in Canada.
Yes, he's in Canada. Yeah, it's hard finding a good dex. Yeah, and not for nothing, it's hard finding a good dex anyway, you know, regardless that you can feel comfortable with using, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So let me just zip that back here. Looks like Philip may have stepped away for a second, but we'll keep his screen up here. So what about you? Did you bring a drink with you there? PCB, what?
You know, I just came from dinner with the family, and my drink was easy. It was just Zevia.
That's all right.
You know.
Hey, it doesn't matter. Last week I was doing A&W root beer. Have you ever had A&W root beer?
What's that?
Have you ever had A&W root beer?
It's been a while.
It brought me back when I came across it. It literally brought me back to my childhood. That's what I was telling everybody on last week's Crypto on the Rocks. So I needed to I think I'm going to do this, and that was that's how I started the stream off with a little bit of root beer. I remember it when I was a kid, getting the frosty mug delivered out to the car, and you know, it tasted like, I don't know. Now, don't get me wrong. The one I had last week was good. Not you could certainly taste it, but it wasn't as good as getting it in person in that nice frosty cold mug. You know what I'm saying?
Do they use cane sugar in there still, or is it just?
Well, you know what? I'm not 100% sure. I didn't go that deep into reading their ingredients. I probably
I definitely noticed. Oh, you froze up there. I definitely noticed the difference between sweeteners, between corn syrup, cane sugar.
Yeah.
Here's a little tidbit. If it just says sugar, it's most likely beet sugar. Because if it's
kidding.
If it's going to be cane sugar, it'll specifically say cane sugar and specify it.
That's
I know
that's good to know.
Yeah.
See, you don't just get crypto tips here. And I love it. Right? You know, Jar's in here. A&W root beer is the best. It is, man. It is. It's like, oh my goodness. I love A&W root beer. What else did he say here?
Nice.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah, there you go. We still have the frosted mugs and yep. Excuse me. Yeah, I love A&W root beer. It was the bottom line was last week that brought me back to my childhood. It brought me back to my childhood.
Nice.
So that's how I started out. Although tonight, I don't know again if you saw that. I happened to be going looking for something to drink here, and this was Jack and Coke, obviously pre-mixed. I did the zero sugar. Where is it? Right there, zero sugar, and it's like the perfect blend of Jack and Coke. Like you couldn't mix it that good on your own, you know, kind of thing. It's like perfect.
I was going to ask you how it was, but there you go.
Yeah, perfect. Matter of fact, I'm empty. I'm going to go get me another one. Can you hold the fort down while I do that? All right. Sure. I'll be back.
All right.
You might have, do you have controls? No, probably not.
No, but I'm here. So,
well, if you, I'll leave it here in case Philip wants to chime back in. I know he looked like he was moving upstairs when a second ago. So I'll leave it on these screens. That way, if he jumps in, he jumps in. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, since I currently have control of the stream here, for anyone on, got any questions? Okay, let's take a look at the comments. Frosted mugs, Crypto Jar still there. DCA with each index in Canada. Well, here's a question for you, Crypto Jar. In Canada, or I know in the US, there's been a lot of chitter chatter about legislation to try and impose know your customer rules. The same as like for their viewing audience, the same if you were to like open on a centralized crypto exchange like Kraken or Binance or Coinbase, or even something like a bank account or a stock exchange. The whole idea is if people identify who they are, it reduces the chances of criminal activity, which obviously that's not always the case. But what I wanted to get to was in the US, they were looking at trying to impose rules. I think it was calling them like classifying DEXs, which are the decentralized exchanges, as broker dealers, I think it was, which would then require them to get KYC information from pretty much anyone who uses it, lest they face criminal penalties. And I was curious if in Canada there's any sort of legislation like that, or is it a case of US leads, Canada follows?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, and yeah, that broker dealer thing, that's going to be okay. I don't want to get all worked up here on a Friday night while I'm having a drink. But,
I mean, there's a ways to go. So,
well, I mean, good Lord, you know, to try and enforce that's going to be a nightmare, first
oh
off.
God.
And all it's going to do is pull the U.S. further and further away, in my opinion, from being able to be adequate in crypto. I mean, for you and I and everybody else sitting here in the U.S. who wants to be able to invest in cryptocurrency, it's just going to forget it. But to Jar, hopefully he'll chime in there. But basically, I can tell you, in case he's no longer in the chat, that the last time he and I chatted about this, he was kind of along the lines, like you just said, of it's a U.S. says this, Canada kind of follows later with this kind of thing. So, and again, if you're still there, Jar, feel free to correct me, but I think that's pretty much it. And you are doing a great job, by the way. So you keep right on going, and I'll
sure. Actually, one of the things, because I saw you have videos about Lolly, the rebate app, correct?
Yes.
Do you use the Fold card of the Fold app?
I don't, although I have slowly started getting some information. Please, if you educate me.
Oh, okay. So I can do the quick overview and then get to the excuse me, the big news that happened today. So should I give a lead in for people about
you do whatever you want. You're driving. You do what you want.
So the idea of the rebate app in general, like you've got Rakuten, which used to be Ebates, and they were bought by the Japanese company Rakuten. You have like Lolly, you have Honey. There's probably several others out there. I know there's apps you can get on your phone, like one called not Upstream. What would be called? No, not Upstream. The name's escaping me right now. But the whole idea is that the rebate company will go to a retailer, whether it be a store, a restaurant, gas station, say, hey, our app, our website has so many active users. In exchange for us, we will advertise. If you offer a rebate, we'll get all this traffic.
Sorry, I was trying to tell Philip to wait a second. He obviously, we lost him and he came in again. Give me a second, Philip. I got you. Just I'm moving some stuff around here in the back end.
Okay.
Sorry. Go ahead, Brian.
Okay. In exchange for driving all this traffic and potential new business to your website, we would like to incentivize them with a rebate. And then so like say Chipotle, they might have, for all the different apps, they might offer a 2% rebate. So if you spend $10, you would get 2% of that back. And then so you have the user of the app, they get their share. And then if I'm understanding it right, the company that manages the app, they get a little bit of a slice, and that's where they get their revenue, right, bits off of all the usage.
I don't know if you can see it, but I tried to bring up the Fold app for you, so you had it there.
Like Lolly, that's one of the first apps that came about where you could earn your rebates paid in Bitcoin. Right. And then the Fold app, which started as an app in, I think it was like 2020, because that's when I started to use it. Their whole thing was you could buy a gift certificate from different stores like Bed Bath & Beyond, Amazon, Chipotle, Domino's, and you would earn a rebate paid in Bitcoin, and then you'd redeem it either online or you can use the app to do it on their phone. And their whole big thing was the spin wheel. So, like, let's say you got a gift card that had a 2% rebate, you would spin the wheel and you can earn a bonus like an extra 0.5% or an extra 2% or
Sure.
100,000 sats or something like that.
Yep.
So it evolved over time where then they started offering a debit card, which you see right there.
Yep.
And then the debit card, for that, you could use that. You could still use the app to buy your gift cards, but then you could use the debit card and earn, I think the baseline was like 0.5% rebate paid in Bitcoin, and then you get the spin wheel for the bonuses. So you could use that, to buy nail polish, school supplies, go to the restaurant, whatever it was. Well, then it evolved where I think it was last year, they made a thing called Fold Plus, where for like $10.99 a month, you get extra bonuses like an extra percent if you buy the gift cards. You can get exclusive access to certain gift cards. Like you could also get, like, for example, with Amazon, you could also get a boost where if the regular users can spend $250 on Bitcoin, for an Amazon gift card, but the Spin Plus users could spend $500.
Okay.
Or maybe they get extra bonus spins. One of the features to incentivize people to get the debit card was if you bought your gift card, paying with the funds from the debit card versus, say, like your bank account, you
Sure.
get like an extra percentage rebate back.
Now,
Well,
can I
they-
ask a question? Because again, I haven't done 100% research in this. The way where they came out with this debit card, is this debit card attached to crypto, or is it attached to like fiat?
It is attached to fiat. I don't have my wallet with me. They use, I forget which bank they use to handle the financials and basically kind of work the back end with all the transactions.
Pizza.
I know.
But essentially, I think since it's a debit card, it's not like BlockFi was, where you're basically on their balance sheet. It's just one where it's like, okay, they handle the process the transactions, make sure they clear. You want to fund your card, they'll process that payment, and then it gets debited to your account.
Well, and that's what I was trying to figure out with what you were talking about, because Lolly, you're using whatever account you've attached to Lolly is now how it goes. Used to be you could use any credit card with Lolly, but now it's like you got to attach a card, like bank card or whatever.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which I still am very much for. I mean, matter of fact, Philip, feel free to chime in here because I know you and Wendy use Lolly, but like you can attach like a Gemini credit card, which gives you Bitcoin back. Use that and basically double dip. At least until they figure it out, and then you can't double dip anymore.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, do you see what I'm saying? So that's why I was asking with regard to like fiat or crypto, which it was. What about you guys, Philip? Have you been continuing using your Lolly? And then I'll let you wrap up, Brian, with the Fold app thing.
Yeah. Wendy uses Lolly.
And I mean, have you I mean, because I don't know, and I know they actually will tell you, like, if you, I did it today, literally today. I went to 7-Eleven for something stupid, didn't even think about it, and I didn't activate my card boost. So they gave me like a little, hey, you missed out. You could have got this, but we'll give you this kind of thing. So that was, I guess, something better than nothing. But
what do you think, Wendy?
But I mean, Wendy's pretty good. She remembers.
Yeah, it tells me
I
I'm
don't.
at Walmart. I missed out.
Yeah, it does
Yeah.
tell us the same thing. If she goes to Walmart and doesn't do it, it tells her you missed out.
And did you go in and claim it afterward? Like, because they gave you whatever?
Yeah, she did. She went in and claimed it afterwards.
Yeah, because don't let that crap go, man. Take whatever Bitcoin you can get. That's the way I look at it,
Absolutely. Yeah. No, she does. That's nice.
So now, let me ask, because again, I don't. Everybody that's listening right now, it's more. This is Brian talking this Fold app because I have not done enough of the research to know anything about it. So thank you for leading the charge here, Brian.
Sure.
But now, is Bitcoin the only reward in the Fold app, or can you pick your reward?
Bitcoin is the only reward. I know I want to say, I can't remember if it was Lolly and or Fold where they've said that they're looking into other cryptocurrencies, but I think part of me thinks that might be pending, like when there's less legislative risk, I guess, for like legal definitions and stuff where they don't want to issue something that might be classified as a security.
Right.
And it's
Unfortunately,
something where it's okay, it's considered more just an asset. So that's pending. Anyway, I'll round up to the big points. So one of the things that they started doing about 6 weeks ago was, so kind of like Lolly, they had the in-store boosts.
yes.
They had a vendor boost, like, you go to Trader Joe's, you go to Starbucks, you get an extra boost on top of the normal 1%. And then they just started running until January 1st, category boosts. So it's things like, and I've got the blog up where they're doing card boost categories, like they've got rideshare and taxis, and that also includes parking meters, any services for like toll booths, restaurants and bars, digital games and media, which is also including like I think some of the streaming apps, like Hulu,
Really?
Disney Plus, travel, entertainment, and then you can. Looking at their breakdown, rideshare and taxis, that includes rideshare, parking lots, meters, garages, electric vehicle charging, tolls and bridge fees, commuter transport.
Really? It's a lot.
And so it can kind of double up. And then, for like myself with the restaurants, I mean, it's always a plus. I've used this since pretty much the lockdowns in 2020. And, well, right now, they've said. And what's nice for the people that don't use these apps, if you're looking for a way to accumulate Bitcoin without having to go, like, put yourself at risk for exposure, like, say, with an exchange, or having to deal with trying to link up a bank account or something like that, these apps are a good way to get that exposure where you're getting little bits and pieces just from everyday purchases. And trying to find my little thing that says you have it. Oh, yes. There we'll go. You have accumulated amount. It's running a little slow.
That's okay.
You have earned 3.3 million sats since joining Fold, and I'll tell you, at the current price, how much that comes out to. Gives you breakdown rewards. Also, like Bitcoin has increased 230% since you've joined Fold. That's a $633 increase in the value over the last 44 months. So one of the nice things is it's almost like a little tiny DCA of sorts, where even if you can't afford to do a DCA with an app or something like, $5 or $10 a day or a week, that's a way for you, like using Lolly and using the Fold card for in-store purchases for anything, pretty much, even paying bills. You can get little bits when the price goes down. You can start building up that stack.
Well, no, that's great. I like the whole bill paying thing, like the tolls and the this and that. Lolly does not have that. At Lolly, it's pretty much like I say when I promote it, is like, you're gonna go shopping online anyway, because this day and age, everybody's going shopping online, and especially when it comes to the holidays and this and that, it's getting all delivered to your house. So why not get a little Bitcoin back in the process of that? So the fact that it seems like Fold has a lot more options, that's great.
They've got a good development and marketing team, like coming up with new ways to incentivize people to use it. And in the last couple months, they've really expanded. I mean, most of them are online vendors, where I wouldn't be surprised if they continue this trajectory, if there's going to be a lot more overlap with a lot of the vendors that Lolly is.
Oh, I'm sure.
Vendors from. And then they put it on hold because they were using that, what was it, Fortress that Ripple was trying to buy? Fortress Trust for the
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Maybe. Yeah.
So when that news broke,
Go look that up real quick.
they ended up saying, maybe we'll put this on hold, because they were using them as their custodian to handle. You could buy Bitcoin through the Fold app, and that was the custody company that they were using. And so they kind of put that on hold, and they're kind of like, we're going to work this out and try and split it among several, diversify, not have all the eggs in one basket.
Yep.
But that's another option that they have, that, versus say like, yes, I just saw that they canceled.
Yeah. Sorry, you were talking about it. I figured I'd go try and find it for you. Yeah.
It was brought up. So, Ripple was looking to buy. So for the people that are out there, Fortress Trust is kind of like an infrastructure company where they do custodial. They're a custodian for the companies that are more customer facing, kind of like all of your apps.
Yeah, kind of like BitGo.
Yes. And Ripple was looking to buy them, but then someone brought up a question yesterday. If Ripple backed out, why did they backed out? And was it something that they saw in the spreadsheets that said, maybe we'll hold off?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I guess we might never know that. We can hypothesize, especially over a drink. Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, I got some water.
That's okay. Come on, Philip. Where are you? Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
All right. No, that's so. Let me ask you this: how easy or difficult is it to get into the Fold app and get functioning with it?
Very easy. It's almost the same as with Lolly for the app. Oh my gosh, this is going way back. Let's see. I'll go to the website, look at the link. Signing up. Okay. You finish with signing up by email, set up a password, and then for using the app, for the app, you can set up an account online. I think they do the email verification, and then you download the app on your phone. And then I think, once you start doing things like connecting a bank account or a credit card, I'm trying to remember if you're required to do KYC information for that, maybe. Where it's like, take a picture of the front of your driver's license, the back of the driver's license, you holding a driver's license kind of thing. And then if you wanted to do the debit card, I think once you have an account established, then you can get that. The debit card doesn't require any extra steps, but don't quote me too hard, because I'm trying to go back off of almost 3 years ago. So I'm not sure as far as getting an account set up, how where the KYC comes in.
What are you laughing at?
I love it. Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. You go, Philip. You can't go wrong with that. Again, it's not just crypto here, folks. But
culinary delights.
Yeah, that's correct. Had I not just eaten before I jumped on here, I might be joining him. However, just gonna have another drink. I really appreciate you putting that info out there. Yeah. And there you go, a little Mick Ultra. You can't go wrong. I love you, brother. Oh, yeah. There we go. Yeah, have a little ranch. See, this is like
so many rocks.
I'm making all kinds of money now.
I was about to say, this is like a commercial right here. Wait. Let's make it worth it. Here we go. All right, there you go, Philip. Now you got the full screen there.
I'm making tons of money.
Yeah.
It's like Wayne's
World. You gotta laugh, man. You gotta laugh. Yeah, you gotta have a good time. You do.
Yeah.
But Brian, thank you for bringing that up because again, it's been one of those things that's like been on the periphery for me, but I never got the chance to jump into it more than reading the website. So I really appreciate you putting that information out about that. Obviously, I need to go do a bit more investigating with regard to that. So thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. All right. I started. I know nobody's going to be able to really see that right there, but that's my little notes here from our live stream. And I would really like you guys to help me pick out what we're going to put in. I'd like to come up with at least 6 cryptocurrencies that will be able to utilize to do this DCA starting next week. For 100% sure, I definitely want to put BTC. Can't have one without BTC. Philip suggested LCX, so I got no issue with that. We'll
What is
put
LCX?
LCX. I'm sorry.
What is LCX?
Let me bring it back up here so you can see it where we are. Hold on one second. That way everybody can see it for that matter. Oh, come on, Keith. And there we go. That's better. Here you go. Honestly, that's the ticker and the hold on. Share my screen here.
Liechtenstein.
Yeah. It's not Philip is the guy who's done honestly a lot more research with regard to this than I have.
No, I just been to Liechtenstein when I was a kid.
Well, I know that, but
And they're really smart people, and they make a lot of money for the amount of Liechtensteiners in Liechtenstein.
say that 5 times fast. I dare you.
Liechtensteiner. No, I'm just saying. Liechtenstein is a neutral country like Austria and Switzerland, and it's a tiny little country. There's only like, I don't know, 50,000 citizens of Liechtenstein, but it's it's one of the most beautiful countries you would ever go to. It sits in a valley.
Yep.
So they have kings and queens. I don't think kings and queens anymore, but there's a castle. They have like czars or something like that. I don't know what they call them. But we went up you could climb up to the castle, and then you can go above the castle, look down into the castle. And when you look down in, you also look down into the valley, and that's where the city of Liechtenstein, or the country of Liechtenstein. It's an extremely small country. But these people are like, there's a lot of people that keep their money in Liechtenstein. I mean, just like the Swiss banks and stuff like that, they do it in Liechtenstein. And these people are really I think they're smart people. And I'm betting that 20 years, 10 or 15 years from now, that LCX will be, it'll be a power kind of thing.
Well, let's, if you guys are interested, we'll educate everybody and myself. I remember when Philip first told me about this, and I did a little bit of research, and now as I'm going through the website, it's refreshing my memory here, that they have a built-in exchange on this LCX blockchain, and there was a thing with commodity-based NFTs. I know it's on the website. We'll take a look at that. But if you guys are not opposed, I'll play this video. So I don't think it's that long. Are you guys good with that?
I don't care.
Okay. Hang on.
LCX.com, the Liechtenstein Crypto Assets Exchange, is a regulated fintech company that focuses on digital asset trading, compliant token offerings, and tokenization. LCX is headquartered in Liechtenstein, with offices in Switzerland, India, and USA. In 2020, LCX received 8 crypto-related approvals by the Financial Market Authority. LCX Exchange is a secure and regulated trading platform for cryptocurrencies. LCX Exchange makes it easy to buy, sell, and store cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, Ethereum, LCX token, and more. LCX DeFi protocol is a second-layer blockchain protocol enabling limit orders on Uniswap. LCX DeFi Terminal is a decentralized trading platform for Uniswap, With super fast markets data, beautiful charting, trading view integration, and DeFi indicators such as liquidity and volume. LCX Token Sale Manager is the most advanced and fully compliant platform for any token sale, regardless of whether it is a utility or security token. LCX STO Launchpad provides a compliant one-stop tokenization platform for security tokens to automate the fundraising and investor management on the blockchain. LCX price oracles are credible and decentralized cryptocurrency reference prices. LCX Terminal is a portfolio management platform across all major cryptocurrency exchanges. LCX Token is the fuel of our purpose-built platform. LCX Token works as a long-term sustainable incentive mechanism to motivate various stakeholders to participate in the ecosystem. This is LCX, lcx.com.
Well, obviously it's got an exchange component, and I remember that a DeFi component, but the DeFi component, it seems like, as it explains it here, integrates with like Uniswap, for example, versus its own DeFi exchange. But the piece that I had forgotten about until just watching this, which I thought was quite interesting, because I mean, TCB, you've been around for a while, Brian. You probably remember when they were setting up launch pads for like ICOs and different crypto projects.
Yeah.
That's what this has built into it. It seems like, as not just for a crypto project, but it also has one for state. Good Lord, obviously this is taking its toll. For securities. That's what it sounds like with this. So that's actually quite interesting. I think the concept of a launch pad is actually a good thing. What about you?
When you say a launch pad, how would you describe that, like by functionality?
Well, so again, I don't know that LCX is necessarily working exactly like this. So again, not financial advice, old guy. But in past launch pad scenarios, they would be run like Binance, for example, had a launch pad at one point, and they would get all the information on whatever the project was that wanted to launch its ICO, etc. And they would do the due diligence of, making sure, tokenomics matched up, making sure that, any blockchain related, like QuantStamp does, where it goes and checks out smart contracts and all that kind of stuff, was legit. So when it actually launched, and then the platform actually gave investors the ability. Now, again, that doesn't take into account for those of us in the US who are not accredited investors. So again, the financial advice thing. But these launch pads for, again, most other people around the world allowed them to basically invest in an ICO, have relative confidence that it was a legit ICO, and it would give the project the ability to have a framework within which to launch its project. So that's, again, I don't know that LCX is all of that and the bag of chips, but that's what my experience has been with these launch pads.
So almost like a pseudo-ish vetting service of sorts.
I'm sorry, you broke up. A pseudo-ish what?
Vetting service.
Yes. And again, Gabe, think of it like, you go to a centralized exchange and it's great for the buyer, it's great for the seller. You got an easy to use interface and everybody's happy. Kind of like that. So, you got the platform looking to launch, you got the ICO, tokenomics, etc., looking to be vetted by everybody. And you have the ability for easy access for investors and, in theory, retail investors as well. Again, unless you live in the United States.
Yeah.
Okay. So I had forgotten about that when, like I said, Philip had shown this to me months ago, and I had honestly forgotten about that part. But I also do like the fact that they have a securities launch pad. Not for nothing. That takes, in my opinion, takes a lot of the steam out of the sails of like the SEC. Because here it is. Yeah, we're a security. What of it? You know what I mean? It is what it is. And okay, sorry, US, go talk to them. You can't invest. But everybody else in the world that's, again, not regulated like the US has easy access to potential securities.
So when talking about securities, what falls under that umbrella?
Well, that's a great question. And I'd like to say I have that answer. But again, the Howey test is the current litmus test, which is what, 130 years old at this point. Personally, and again, this is where we get into my opinion. So I don't believe that that's the litmus test that should be used when it comes to cryptocurrency related securities. We have an entirely new asset class here. And if it's done correctly, if the blockchain is built correctly, there's no manipulation of that, with the exception potentially of a pre-mine where, like, the developers, whatever, are holding and then they dump on everybody. But if it's a fair launch, if it's a well-constructed blockchain, I think that it needs to be governed by a different set of rules, because this set of rules, like with the Howey test, was meant to govern people who have access, kind of like in my opinion, like our legislators do, who are doing nothing but making themselves rich with insider information. That's, again, I know I got other guys on here. This is my opinion, okay? But I see having that kind of launch pad for security, what's the word I want? Eliminating the need for a lot of that. And at the same time, for people like us, like all three of us who are sitting here in the United States, who I'm going to guess none of us are accredited investors, we're basically stuck in canal water. We're just going to have to get to it when we are able to get to it, once it gets by the initial launch. So I know that's a long around your question, but unfortunately, I can only answer it from the perspective of the United States at this point, because that's what I know best. And unfortunately, the litmus test is still the Howey test.
But no, when you said securities and you said crypto securities, that clarified everything for me.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. It was just all what was falling out of my head. So, okay. But there was one other. Let me scroll down this page a little bit. Where was it? Right here, where they talk about the launch of this asset-backed NFT. I'd like to play that if you guys are good.
Go for it.
Welcome to Iman's NFT show, which we just did today here at the end of the Crypto Valley conference. Let me show you what we do. So this is an NFT, but it's not only an NFT, it's an asset-backed NFT. It's a diamond. It's a tokenized diamond, number 120, and it's a real-world diamond stored in an Liechtenstein vault, insured, and fully backed the ownership right in this digital entity. But let me show you more.
I wish his voice was as loud as this music.
the forum and the conference we're doing there today at the Timons Crypto Brunch. And I've been talking about Timons and the new launch of the new batch, which is coming out on the 6th of June 2023. We've been showcasing all different kind of Timons here at the screens. What the crowd had been fascinated about is the fact that you can now invest in diamonds in a new asset class without moving the physical goods from A to B. The diamonds are stored in an insured environment in Liechtenstein. The NFT is representing the ownership rights. So you can simply go to diamonds.com, search your diamond you want to pick, and then buy it, own it, hold it. And if you are a holder of a diamond, then you get diamond hands, and there is a reward you get.
Diamond hands, yeah.
So that's our kind of fun educational part where you can learn more about the project, own some fiat token, and talk about the diamonds. So thanks for joining, everybody.
Okay. When I did my initial, look through this, I didn't realize it was primarily, well, I from what I'm gathering here, their launch of this asset-backed NFT scenario was with diamonds. I didn't realize that. But I mean, we know that having NFT-based stocks is right around the corner. Securities right around the corner. Currently, you can have NFT backed art and other things. So this isn't a stretch to me. I what do you guys think?
When there's something, at least at this point in time, where there's using blockchain verification, in this case, oh gosh, I'm forgetting what, like if it's Ethereum, the ERC, I'm forgetting the token name, but you're using a blockchain-based authentication system,
right,
to a physical asset. One of the questions that comes to my mind is who or what is going to enforce that validation? Because like until you have, say, like a legal precedent saying that this blockchain-based documentation is considered a legal document. It's almost like the early days of email when it still wasn't classified as a legal document. It's almost like, let me back up a step. What's to verify that this random digital document, which happens to be in a blockchain, that says this is tied to this asset, is valid? I mean, the eventual application, like once it's established that if someone puts a claim on it, there would have to be some sort of parameter so that, well,
yeah, you're talking about a legal precedent.
Yeah, so that, okay, well, we've got this company and we've got these diamonds and it has these tokens, but what's to stop, say, someone who's got another application, say, like on a different chain altogether, doing the exact same thing, or the people that hold the diamonds, almost like rehypothecating of sorts the claim.
I get what you mean.
Right. And so it's like the concept is good, because I could absolutely see where you have those digital receipts tied to real world goods.
Yes.
The question that comes to my mind is, I'm curious to know what the legal enforcement of this is, because I think that would create that bridge of trust between the digital receipt and the physical world. So it's like, it's just really cool.
No,
So,
I,
yeah.
I get what you mean. I get what you mean. And I agree. There's gonna be, well, I mean, let's be honest, you know it's coming. The more we get into being able to digitize stuff on the blockchain, the more that this will be in place. And here's the thing, I think, this is my opinion. When you know how they're already talking, I mean, you literally can go to, I forgot what bank it was that just put it out there. It was one of the major banks, and I apologize for not remembering, but basically they were saying we're years away from tokenizing stocks and other assets.
Mm.
So, and they're not wrong, first off, but I have to believe that what you're asking about, that that process, that standard of verification is going to be built into that process. And I'm going to bet you that when the first lawsuit or first legal challenge comes up, that's going to be the base. But until, yes, we're still in a bit of a gray area because, again, it's a new area.
Mhm.
But the idea that, I mean, at the end of the day, properly built, properly used blockchain is an immutable open source. Anybody can view it. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy to be able to go, in theory, of course, to be able to go, yeah, Philip owns that house. Is the NFT to the deed to that house. And Brian owns this piece of the Mona Lisa because his digital verification for owning the Mona Lisa, and so on and so on. I really, I see that. I see that.
It'll be interesting to see the process of all these precedents. Like, I almost think, like when you mentioned the Mona Lisa, it's like you would almost need like an origination block stamp
Yes.
to see, like, okay, and then you need some sort of legal framework in place to establish, okay, this somehow, however it gets done, that establishes this is the original owner, and then they can splice and dice the ownership of the Mona Lisa.
Exactly. And like, so much like with Bitcoin, you have to have a specific hash, you know what I'm saying? And so on. That would probably be, again, I'm making it extremely super simple. But yeah, it would be something like that. And no, welcome, by the way. But no, haven't been to Israel. Sorry. Feel free. Come join us. Tell us about Israel. I only know what I know of Israel from the news, unfortunately. What about you, Brian? They answered his question.
No, I've not been to the Mediterranean, but not to that side of the Mediterranean.
Gotcha. Yeah, me either. And Philip, I don't know if it was intentional, but we lost you, FYI. So by all means, brother, jump back in here. I know it's we're going a little bit longer than you and I normally go. So if you need to go, I understand. Tell the family I said, hey, love you guys. If you can't make it back. All right. Well, bottom line is Philip put up this LCX token as a possibility, and as I'm refreshing myself on this, I mean, again, I see the possibility. It reminds me a little bit, with the exception of the whole matter of fact, I'm scrolling, but you can't see me doing that because, of course, I'm not sharing my screen because I'm a ding dong here. Sorry about that, guys. It reminds me a little bit of like Thorchain. Are you familiar with Rune?
When you were saying suggestions, that was one of the ones I was going to throw out there, just because it's Eric Voorhees, but also too there were, I followed Shapeshift. No. What was the name of the app that was tied to originally?
What was tied to?
It used to be the it was an exchange you could use. It's similar to like
welcome back, Philip.
Welcome.
I'm not. What were you referring to, Brian? I'm sorry.
So Thorchain, that was, and the exchange was the service that he used to have that was kind of like Changelly, where you enter in a wallet address and you can do kind of a swap.
Yes, basically atomic swaps. Yes.
Yeah, what was the name of that? But it was like a centralized. But what was the name of his service? No, not Shapeshift.
No. It was. Oh yeah, you're gonna
gosh.
tempt me here. Oh, I don't remember. Hold on. See if I can look it up really quick.
Eric Voorhees. Shapeshift. It was Shapeshift.
Well, but that's not the one that was affiliated with Rune.
No. Kind of like they shut that one down and completely rolled it into Thor, or at least his project was rolled into Thorchain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I was kind of getting at. But oh no, that was one where I was going to say Thorchain might be one because it's been around. It's had a few tests. It's got a little bit of traction.
Oh, you're talking about for our list? You're thinking Thorchain?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not opposed to that. I am a big bullish bear, big bull about Thorchain. I do like Rune, so we're gonna add that in. And Philip, just so you know, we're definitely putting your LCX on here because I think you might be onto something, brother. And not for nothing, I know I'm a slacker with not like following up on that, so I apologize. Right now, I apologize. But I mean, do you agree there, Brian? I mean, what we're looking at, I see some potential with regard to LCX. Yes.
I'm willing to run with it. On a personal level, it's a little bit more speculative than I would personally go, but you don't discover new lands unless you leave the shore.
Amen to that.
So
all right, brother, you got it. Your LCX is on the list. So now on the list we've got because Brian, I'm with you. You said Rune and Thorchain, and I'm like, okay, I'm in.
Listen, if you want to buy a good car, what kind of car would you buy?
With what?
Well, I'm just saying, if you want to spend a lot of money and get a really good quality car, what kind of car would you buy?
Another Subaru.
No. A Mercedes? A Porsche? A Ferrari? I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, are you talking like good, reliable family car? Or are you talking like some kind of luxury car?
I'm talking about a car that you can resell for pretty good money.
Oh, well, that's a different issue right there.
I mean,
technically, let's say it this way. Let's look at it this way. When you go to Germany, for example, and you buy something in Germany, where is it made?
I'm going to assume in Germany because Germany makes a lot of stuff.
Exactly. When you come to the United States and you go to Hobby Lobby and you buy anything there, where is it made?
Probably China.
Exactly. So can you resell China or can you resell Germany?
I see where you're pointing at.
So I'm not a rocket scientist, but I'll just say this. When I have four, my brother-in-law and all three of his sons, and I have another nephew who is also, they're all into this financial advice.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. But none of them believe in crypto. None of them believe in crypto. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, that's fine. But when I was dabbling in stock many, many years ago, and I don't do it anymore, and I always played, like you play like on your phone, you do like blackjack and it's just play. It's stuff, you don't get money. You get better at it. Then you go to the casino and you play and you win some and you lose some more. But anyway, I used to watch Priceline. You ever heard of Priceline?
Yeah.
I watched it when it was pennies on the dollars, and then I watched it when it was a couple of dollars, and I watched it when it was $20. Do you know what Priceline goes for today on the stock market?
No idea.
$2,100 a share.
Wow.
Now, I don't know where it's at. I haven't looked at that in a while, so maybe it's down, maybe it's up. But $2,100. Now, I'm not spending any time on the stock market. I just go with my hunches. I've been to Liechtenstein. I know about what they do. I know Switzerland. People put a lot of money into Switzerland. People put a lot of money into Austria. Why?
Yep.
Because it's taxable free. It's hide money. It's offshore money kind of thing. Liechtenstein, when you read about the people of Liechtenstein, they're really smart people. Period. So I chose LCX because I was there. I've been there to the country. I've been to Liechtenstein. I've been to Switzerland. I've been to Austria. I grew up in Germany. And these countries, I mean, they don't play around. And they don't just start something and give up on it. And I think they're very smart. So I look at LCX and I think, who knows where that will be in 10 years or 15 or 20 years.
I don't disagree with you. I agree.
I'm just thinking,
to
what if it
answer your
turns out
question-
to be Priceline? What if it turns out to be a Priceline and it's $2,000?
Well,
Wow.
it's now 3,000. There you go.
What I'm saying is, what do you have to lose? It's only like 3 cents it's 3 cents.
Yeah.
So you
No,
invest
I get
$100
you.
or $500 on LCX and don't invest any more. What do you have to lose? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, your 300, your $500, whatever. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Were those guys who are doing the financial advice like traditionally?
Yeah. Very traditional. Very traditional.
They're American.
They're Americans.
They're
Yeah.
raised in America.
They were raised in America with the concept of invest in stocks and you'll get your money back. But they don't believe, none of them, I would say, to be honest with you, would invest in their own selves. So they invest in big companies like whatever, you sign up to be in these big companies and, you do what they tell you to do and then you sell their stuff. That's what they do. They work for people. They're not self-employed. So I don't know. I'm self-employed, so I do my own thing. And we lost Keith.
Oh, no.
Now it's just you and I.
Have you been to anywhere else aside from Liechtenstein in that part of Europe?
No, I grew up in Germany, so I had the fortune. I was blessed to be able to go to Liechtenstein and Austria and Switzerland, and those are very tiny countries, but they're also neutral countries. And why are they neutral? Why in World War II were they neutral? I don't know why they were neutral, but it seemed like everybody could go there. And once they got there, it was always neutral. Look at Sound of Music. Everybody wanted to go to Austria
I think
from,
so, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I don't know. But
Did you lose the crowd?
yeah, we lost Keith.
You lost the crowd?
What other
This Keith.
tokens were you guys talking about? I think I jumped in when you guys started mentioning Cardano.
Yeah. Well, Cardano, Keith got me into Cardano and, because of the, you can buy it at 2%, right? On Coinbase. And then you move it over into what do they call that, Keith, when they move it? What are they? Stacking? What is it?
Staking.
Staking. There you go.
Yeah.
So you stake it at 5%. So why not? You can't get 5% at a bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're currently averaging. Sorry, everybody. I for some reason lost my internet connection. Guys, thank you for keeping up the stream for me.
Hey, listen, you missed out because we gave each other the lotto numbers.
Oh, figures, right?
Yeah, you missed out on it. We're not giving them to you.
I was
wish
gonna
you
say
hadn't
so.
have said that.
So I ain't winning the Powerball, huh? All right.
No, we are, but you're not. Sorry.
Eh, that's all right. I know where you live. Eh,
I wanted
Oh,
to
God.
cut in real quick and say I'm going to need to leave. There's Boyd needs some guidance for bedtime. I don't want to catch him before he goes. So
I understand.
Keith, it was great to jump on.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank you
for
for joining
chatting.
us.
Oh, you're welcome.
Appreciate
looking
it.
forward to the next one, and for everyone out there, be smart, educate yourself, keep stacking.
Absolutely.
There you go. Good
Little
advice
by
right
little,
there. Good
step
advice.
by step. You're
I'll
right.
make sure I send you the link so you can join next Friday, 7 p.m. like we did tonight. Whenever you can, that'd be great. And I'll make sure that I put your information in the show notes here after it's all over.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yo,
I'll
my
catch
pleasure.
up
My
with
pleasure.
you.
Thanks for being here. Appreciate the
Yeah.
conversation.
All
you're
right.
welcome.
Thank you. Yeah.
great
Have a
talking.
good evening.
Take care.
See ya. All right, Keith. It's just you and I now.
Yeah, we're back down to us, brother. Hey, you think you can keep it going for a second? Look, I'm dead. I need another one.
I got a little bit left.
All right. Seeing you got a little bit left. You keep it going. I'm gonna go get me another one. I'll be right back.
All right. I'll sing the dentist tune.
Oh boy.
Yep. There he
That
goes.
was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Where's he from?
I know. I'll ask Keith when he gets back.
Oh.
Oh gosh. I'm fixing to go to bed too, so hurry on back there, Keith.
Oh, where are you from?
Where am I from?
Well, tell them a little bit about yourself if anybody's
Yeah, I'm
watching.
from the state of Maine.
No, you're not.
Well, I live in Maine. I'm not from the state of Maine, but I live in Maine.
You're born in Texas.
Yeah, I was
Grew up
born
in
somewhere
Germany.
else. I grew up somewhere else, and now I live in Maine.
Another country.
Yeah, I grew up in a different country. Socialistic country. And I'm totally against that. I don't want to live in a socialistic country.
All right,
No.
I'm back.
There he is.
Back with the next one.
He's drinking Jack Daniels and Coke
Yeah, well, we're just talking about socialism.
in a
so that
kit.
wasn't
We were
good.
talking about socialism.
Oh,
Yeah. What do you want me to tell you? Tell everybody that's out there, all the millions of fans you have on, where I grew up. I grew up in Germany, which is a socialistic country, and now we live in America, and it seems to be going toward that direction.
I was gonna say, and it's getting socialistic. Yeah.
And I can say honestly, for those people who don't know anything about it, you're not going to like it. So, whatever. Don't listen to me. But
Yeah.
that's how it is. You can't tell people, you would like to think that we don't repeat history, but unfortunately we forget about history. We
You just
forget
hit the
about
nail
what
on the
happened.
head.
Yeah. We forget about what happened yesterday.
Yep.
And we end up doing the same thing today.
Yep.
And then we forget about what we did today by tomorrow, which is the same thing we did yesterday. So, we just keep repeating ourselves and stepping on our own toes without, not listening to people who've been there and done that.
Yep.
I guess that's I don't know, that's whenever I meet God, okay, I got a couple things I'd like to straighten out.
You got a couple of bones to pick with him, do you?
Yeah, I got a couple of bones to pick with him. One is, why did he create us so that we can't, we can do a lot of things, but we can't pass on our brain, our intelligence to the next
Not yet.
generation?
Not yet.
Well, not yet. That's what I'm saying. We don't need to think about what the AI is going to do in the future. Anyway. But we can't seem to pass along our experience to the next generation.
Yep.
We can write it all down, but they end up throwing it out. Oh, who wants to look at that? And it goes in the trash. But what I'm saying is that's one thing we haven't been able to do. is pass along that information so that we actually get, as we get older or wiser. Like, why is it that you get smarter when you get older and not smarter when you're younger? Like, it should be flip flop. When you're young, you should be thinking like you were old. And when you get old, you should be thinking like you're young. You know what I mean? So that you would
I get
start
ya.
off making all the right choices rather than going down the wrong rabbit holes.
If you
And because
ask,
when you get old, you don't go down rabbit holes anymore. You're too old for that. So it wouldn't be matter. So that's something I'd like to ask him about. You know?
and I would love to hear that answer. So you got to
Yeah,
come
me
back
too.
from the dead and tell me.
No, you'll be there with me. We'll be talking to him together.
I
We'll
love
just
it,
say,
brother.
we'll just say, hey, excuse me, creator, we have a question. And gone
Yeah,
we
exactly. Yeah, and
So-
the crack of thunder and lightning. Yeah.
are. But I'm just saying, you know, it's strange that you can't pass along. Like I was telling my son the other day, I said, you know, we live in a society. I don't mean to step on anyone's toes. I'm sorry if I do. But taking down monuments and destroying our history because you know we found out that this person or that person had slaves, or this person or that person had a Confederate flag, or this person or that person didn't like whatever.
Yep.
And we take it all down, we destroy them, we put them in some locked up somewhere vault somewhere. And I'm thinking, why do we do that? Why do we do that? Because that should be a great reminder of what not to do, right?
You're right.
A great reminder of what not to do. Let's not go down that
Or
path.
what to do.
Or what to do. Yeah, exactly. But to tear them apart and to destroy them because whatever, that does absolutely makes no sense to me. Because then we forget about our past and we end up reliving it. And
Again and again and again. You're right,
again and
Philip.
again and again.
It's and think about it. You know, you just said, you know, you're just talking to your son about that, and knowing your son, I know he is actually probably one of the few kids who probably actually listens, and most kids don't. They just don't want to hear it. Is the sad truth. I mean, please correct me, but basically, Jesus said you can't preach in your own village. I know I'm probably butchering that quote, but that's basically what it is, unfortunately, Philip.
You
And that's
didn't
why
butcher it.
it
It's
doesn't get passed down.
It's called the Revised Standard Version.
Like I said,
Yeah.
feel free to correct me, but you get the point I'm trying to
Yeah.
say.
It you know, it's interesting, but like if you go to Germany, and I just picked Germany because I grew up there as a kid, and you go to Cologne, Germany, they actually uncovered in Cologne itself, and you go into the museum and you have to go underneath the street, like into the basement kind of thing. You know, you go underneath. They have an entire walkway of the Romans. They have the entrance of the Romans and the walkway of the cobblestones and the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
Well, they're
That's
not
interesting.
destroying them. They've revived them. They've made them part of a museum. They've made a part of history. You know,
because
Germany,
that's
if you
what it
go-
is, right?
Yeah, you
It's
go
part
up and
of their
down the
history.
Rhine River. Up and down the Rhine River, what do you see? You see castles. Castles of, 100 years, 500 years, 1,000 years ago. Why don't they just destroy them? I mean, Eagle's Nest. Let's look at Eagle's Nest. You know what Eagle's Nest is?
I do not.
Well, Eagle's Nest, if you Google it in Germany, that was one of Adolf Hitler's favorite places to go and escape.
Huh. Interesting.
Well, when I was a kid, growing up in Germany, we actually, as a kid, we visited Eagle's Nest. We actually climbed up the mountain. There's a path you can take. You can also drive up in buses and cars, but we walked up to the Eagle's Nest, and you overlook an entire valley, a landscape. I mean, it's beautiful. It's like being on Sugarloaf Mountain in Carabasset Valley and looking over like tons of different, just mountains and mountain ranges. Well, did they destroy Eagle's Nest? No.
No, it
They
doesn't
turned
look
it
like it from what
into-
I see.
Right. They turned it into a tourist attraction. But not only a tourist attraction, but it tells you the history of it.
Yep.
It's not a bad thing to know about Hiroshima and Nagasaki and the history of it. We hope to never ever repeat Nagasaki or Hiroshima. And yet we seem to be getting to that point with some countries like North Korea that wants to or Iran, who wants to increase their nuclear power. Like, what's the purpose of that? There's nothing good that comes from all of that destruction and hatred for mankind, for one another. And it's just, we
Amen
just
to
don't
that.
learn from our past. We just don't learn from our past. It was sad.
It is sad.
That didn't have anything to do with crypto. But what I'm thinking is, my thought on crypto is, as a person who doesn't know much about it, don't overthink it. You can overthink it so much so that you're trying to be a strategist of some sort. You're trying to buy this, you're trying to buy that, you're looking at all the graphs and charts. For the average human being like myself, I don't have time for that. But what I can do is I can just feel a gut feeling and say, I think that, and I research a little bit and I think, okay, I'll go with that. And that's how I do it. I don't sit there and, strategize and whatever you're supposed to do. I don't have time for that. I need to vacuum my house and flush my toilets and clean the bathroom. And that's it, man.
I
And for
understand.
most people, that's important to them. Fixing a meal, taking care of your children, taking care of your spouse. And we just want some direction, what we should do to help us maintain or to grow our wealth. And I don't know how that happens, but sometimes you just go with your gut feeling. That's it.
And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that, Philip. And especially where you said you hit the nail on the head. You do a little bit of research. You look into it, and that's why I said this. You are all, I'm glad you turned me on to this LCX thing. I really believe that this may be something. It may be something. And so I'm looking forward to adding that to this list that we're going to put together. We still need a couple more, Philip. I don't know how much more time you got, but if you've got a little more time, let's. I'd love for you to try and pull another rabbit out your hat.
Yeah, I'll have to look at what I have. I've got so many, but I forgot how many I have. But I've been drinking. So
yeah, you and me both, brother. You and me both, brother.
Yeah. No, XLM. I think XLM speaks for itself. I think Quant speaks for itself. Of course, Quant's more expensive.
Well, but
and Cardano,
it's like anything else. You could say that about Bitcoin, though, Philip. But yet you don't want to not buy Bitcoin just because it's expensive.
Right. No, absolutely.
Because think about it. You're buying Bitcoin right now. Just using this as a for example. Right. You're buying Bitcoin right now at about 26K. But you and I both know that in this next bull run, 26K is going to be the low. You're talking it's going to be at least double that, maybe triple. If you're to believe some of these other analysts from BlackRock and all these other places, it's going to be six figures. It's going to be
that's true. But if you think about it, like if LCX or XLM or Cardano or HBAR, if they make it to $20 for
the multiple, you're correct.
And
Philip.
you have and you were able to buy in at 3 cents and 4 cents.
Yes. The multiplier,
how much-
the multiplier.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying how much, you'd have to buy $2,700 worth of Bitcoin to get to 10%. So if it was $1 million, you'd have what? $100,000.
No,
If you own
I
10%.
understand what you're saying. My
Yeah.
my thought process though, Philip, just so you and I are on the same page,
Yeah.
is because I'm trying to gauge this crypto on the rocks portfolio
Right.
as something that the average person may be looking like or may look to. So in other
Right.
words, I'm not saying, because let's be honest, right? Most people when they come in, what are they looking at? They're looking at the price. I get that.
Exactly.
But
Absolutely.
they also, I guess what I want to make sure that they understand, Philip, is like you said earlier, they got to look at the long term.
Right.
It can't just be, woohoo, LCX went from, I don't know, what is it, 3 cents right now to 30 cents. Woohoo! And that's it. And I guess if you want to do that, sure, pull your profits you just made. What is that? 1,000x? It's okay, fine. But that's not the way I'm trying to focus this particular
Right.
set of DCA investments. I want people to be able to say, yes, I don't mind a little like potential long, long shot crypto kind of thing. But I also want them to be able to be like, okay, maybe I could get a crypto that earns money, kind of like Cardano or HBAR, and or another crypto that is also something that's going to appreciate and have future relevance.
Right.
And
No,
and you,
absolutely.
all the ones you named, Philip, are great. I'd like to narrow it to 6. I mean, so let me run this by you and you tell me what you think.
All right.
So obviously BTC, because again,
Yeah.
I don't see a portfolio without BTC.
Right.
Your LCX, because I think, Philip, I honestly think you're onto something with the LCX.
Yeah.
I do like the Rune. I know you're not familiar with the Rune, but that's the one that Brian was talking about, which is called Thorchain. The ticker is Rune. I really believe that. I'm very bullish on that one myself.
What's the abbreviation for that?
RUNE.
RUNE?
Yes.
Can you get that on Coinbase?
No.
Upload?
I'm not sure. Hold on. Let me look. I'm not sure if it's on Uphold. I think the nearest exchange for the US is KuCoin. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
All right, Rune right here. Oh, wait. That's not right.
RUNE, Rune.
Here we go. I'll bring it up on the screen so everybody has it. Oh, wow. It's gone up tremendously since I bought it. I feel like like I know what I'm doing, except I don't. Hold on, right here. Here we go. It's currently $2.01. When I actually invested in this, it was just about $1. So I've about doubled my money here at this point.
Nice.
It is nice. I agree. Let's see what the markets are for this because I can't remember. So Binance, which the US doesn't have access to, KuCoin, which now they're doing KYC for US residents, FYI, for everybody that's out there listening. If you're in the US, KuCoin is now doing KYC. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure they're not accepting any more US residents, just so you're aware. Crypto.com has it. I was unaware of that. I don't know if it matters if you're in the US with that. I haven't used Crypto.com in a while, but that might be one, Philip, for you if you're interested.
Okay.
Kraken. Oh, that's under Euro though. So that doesn't help US residents. Hold on. Yeah, other than that, Kraken USD. So Kraken is a US based exchange. So I would assume that means you can get it on Kraken.
Oh, okay.
And of course, you could use Thorchain's own DEX. Thorchain has, much like LCX has its own DEX, Thorchain has its own DEX, and you can get it with BTC or ETH.
Okay. All right.
So the bottom line is, for you, Philip, if you're interested in doing this, you could access it either one of those ways.
Okay.
But I think it's one that I think we should include in our in the ones for this live
Okay.
stream. So that's those three for sure.
Yeah.
Now, my other options, I got three other options, and I don't want to have any more than three. I kind of like to whittle it to two. So the three other options I currently have are HBAR,
Yep.
Cardano, ADA,
Yep. Yeah.
and Quant, QNT.
Yeah.
Do you have one that you think otherwise?
Well, I like XLM.
You like XL? You know, I got no issue with XLM. I think XLM is one of those ISO 2022 coins. So I'm, you know what? We're gonna put XLM in there.
Well, the other one that you keep missing is Ripple, which is XRP. You don't talk about
you
that.
know, well, I did talk about that right before you got on the stream, Philip, to be honest. And as much as you know, you've heard me say this.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily an XRP fan. I would consider, for this particular investment portfolio, I would consider XRP. Is that one you want?
I don't know. I mean, you've already got 6 good ones. I don't know anything about Rune, RUNE, so that's not part of my thing. But all the other ones are. Did you get stuck in time? Are you frozen? Are you like our Mitch McConnell?
Oh, you're nabbit. Can you hear me? Hello, Philip. Are you there?
Mitch McConnell.
Oh, wait. You're in and out. My damn internet is going again, Philip. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Mitch McConnell.
There you go. I got you back. Okay. Sorry about that.
Mitch McConnell.
What about him?
Froze.
Yeah, you froze up, brother. I didn't hear anything you said about Mitch McConnell.
I didn't say about Mitch McConnell. Watch. I'm Mitch McConnell.
Isn't that what you just said?
I'm talking to a bunch of people.
I think you're messing with me right now. All right.
Mitch McConnell.
What about him? Wendy, rein him in, will you?
Listen, you know, we make fun of a lot of things, but it's pretty sad when we have senators and congressmen that are so old, congressmen and women, who are so old that they show signs of dementia or Alzheimer's, and yet we continue to reelect them. You wonder who the hell is reelecting them, first off. And you're like, why? It's just sad, because I know people, I have friends that I know people right now who are in dementia clinics right here in the state of Maine. And they're not that old. They're in their 60s, maybe early 70s. And it's like their families put them there because they see the need for them to be in a home.
Yeah,
and
they need the help.
Why in the world do we continue to support people in their 80s and 90s that are running our country? It just doesn't make sense to me. It really does not make sense. I don't care how rich you are, how much power you might have. It's just not right. It's really wrong.
I don't disagree with you, brother. I don't disagree with you. You know I don't disagree with you. You and I have had these conversations. You know I don't disagree with you.
It just doesn't make any sense to me why we don't have in this country, and I understand that it's all about greed and money and power, but for the average layman that make up about 99% of this country, why do we tolerate this, and why don't we have term limits on people? Because in the real world, if you weren't doing your job as a CEO, you'd be terminated, period.
Yes, indeed. And
it wouldn't matter about anything. So it just doesn't make a lot of sense. And I think the world sees it. You know, I read something on a YouTube today about Putin, and whether you like Putin or not, it's irrelevant. It's not what you like, it's about what he said. And he talked about Donald Trump, and he said, you know, it's really what he's going through is really more of a political, it's more of trying to keep him out of something. I'm not saying Putin likes Trump or Trump likes Putin. That's not my point. My point is that when you have other countries talking about America, and they see what's happening in this country, the corruptness, and and it doesn't matter whether they're corrupt or not. It's irrelevant. I'm not talking about that. But when you have other people in the world talking about our country and how crazy it is, we should listen to them instead of criticizing them. We should take what they say, yes, as with a grain of salt, kind of, but also to really just look at it, digest it, regurgitate it, and understand that, you know what, we do have a problem in this country.
Yes,
and
we do.
And for the most part, I think all of us are on the same page. Why we don't express similar ideas, I have no idea. I don't understand that.
I'm with you, brother. It's so true. When you got the current administration attacking another administration or future administration or future candidate or whatever. I mean, look, it happened with Obama spying on Trump before a 2016 election. And now you got this whole friggin' justice system, and I use air quotes with justice system, basically attacking Trump to keep him out of the election cycle.
Well, you know, I listen to, like, I think everybody in this country understands that Hunter Biden is a little bit corrupt.
Yes, just a little bit.
And regardless of how little or how much he's corrupt, it's interesting to watch someone who's being attacked and watch them utilize the system to sort of like distract people from his corruption. So what is he doing? He's suing the former mayor of New York. Is it Giuliani?
Yep, Giuliani.
So he's suing Giuliani for supposedly bringing forth something to do with his computer, right?
Yep.
Like, and I'm thinking to myself that, you know, you're guilty, but instead of accepting your guilt, now you're suing him for defamation of some sort. Like you exposed my computer, and you're like, he's just trying to sort of dodge his crime, dodge his guilt by forcing the society or the institution, the lawyers, the legal system to focus on someone like Giuliani. Is Giuliani all up there? Is he not corrupt? Is he like this clean, squeaky clean guy? I don't know him from a hole in the wall. Neither do I do Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden. But you do know what supposedly both sides of the media, whether it's MSNBC, CNN, or Fox, they have reported similar stuff. So you have to say, okay, they're all on the same page somewhat about Hunter Biden, and what he's doing is now he's suing somebody to get the attention off of him. And I don't know, man, it's just weird.
No, you're not wrong, brother. You're not wrong. And I'm sorry. If you ask me, we have the most corrupt government in place we've ever had in this country. And I know I'm only talking from the perspective of someone that can date himself back to the Nixon administration. But I mean, hello, the Nixon administration. And yet we're sitting here with this guy who can't literally function, who comes out and tells you in the process there is a plethora of evidence showing that he is guilty of any number of treasonous crimes, and he's running the free world.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It really doesn't. And this is why I'm here.
How's your family doing?
They're doing okay. They're doing okay. It's kind of getting into the school routine right now. Now that we're about a month into everything. My one of my older granddaughters just got accepted to a Voc. She had applied to the local Voc Tech high school and didn't get in initially. But I got a secondary acceptance, so she starts on Monday. So I'm excited about that for her. Because honestly, I think that's about the way to go at this point. My other granddaughter's in her local Voc Tech high school. So, I mean, I'm all about pushing them to do and learn a trade. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I understand what you're saying. Well, give my love to your family.
I will. Same here, please. I know your kids
tonight.
are off doing their thing, but please.
Yep. I've enjoyed our time together.
Always do, brother. Always do.
Maybe on Tuesday we'll touch base, right?
Yeah, that's my plan. Like I told you, I got to take care of some stuff for my son. But once I get back, it probably be late afternoon. I'll touch base. If you got the time, great. If not, we'll figure something else out.
I can get my computer out. You can go over stuff with me.
Yeah, like I said, worst case, we'll do it another day. But
All right.
Hopefully we'll be able to do it Tuesday.
All right, brother.
All right. You have a good night. Wendy, have a good night. I miss you guys.
Yeah.
I'm assuming she's still in the room.
No, she's doing her teeth. She's going to bed.
Oh, okay. I was assuming she was still in the room.
She was for a long time. She was here.
All right. I love you, brother. Have a good night. Man. I really appreciate you being here. I always do. I appreciate the support.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to try my best.
You always do. All right. It's time for bed. All right, everybody. We're going to wrap this stream. I appreciate everybody being here tonight. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for jumping into the live chat. And again, we'll be back next Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Crypto on the Rocks. Don't forget, if you're looking for more crypto updates and live, Monday, Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern. All right, brother. You have a good night. Everyone, have a great weekend.
All right. Sign off. Ciao.